and I consumed an unholy amount of their content. I bought the book the next day. This book teaches you everything. How do I get I need a sure material. This book was a revelation. A no BS material. And before you knew it, I was ordering 3 books from Amazon. I didn't even care what the book was all about. As he said he had a book, I just gave me one. Wow. Yeah, I think I committed the crime of judging a book by its cover. One of the most important things that will make people buy from you is trust. Hello guys, this is FK, and if there's one thing that the current layoff tsunami has taught us is that as developers or as anybody that is in tech, we have to start working towards independence. Yeah, we have to start looking for how we can be independent of jobs so that when we experience this type of thing again, for whatsoever reason it is, we will still have a way to market our value, we'll still have a way to make money from our value, and ultimately survive on those skills that we have taken so many years to learn. So in this video, I'm going to be running through a couple of books. I'm a book guy, as you already know. I'm even trying to bring back the whole reading culture that I feel is being lost today. So I'm going to be going through a bunch of books that I feel that developers need to read. Because one problem, and these are business books. One problem I see that developers and people in tech have, most especially the people that do the actual tech work, is that we don't know how to sell. Yeah, we don't know how to sell, we don't know how to market ourselves, we don't know how to get visibility on our products and services, and we don't know how to price. That's another big issue. So this is something that we need to solve. This is a problem that we need to solve so that we can take our skills and know how to translate it into value that people can pay for. We can be able to offer products and services that people are willing to pay for. So that's why we'll be looking at these books today. And I know a couple of book videos I've done, book reviews and just showing off books. Sometimes I do my library tour. You can check out the channel for some videos on that. We still did one this year, the library tour for this year. A question I get a lot is, how do I get these books? How do I get these books? Now don't worry, I'm going to be telling you that before the end of this video. I'm going to be telling you how you can get these books, and also something I'm working on to make it easy for you to find all these books that I showcase, because I'm big on books. So I'm going to continue to do this year into year. My library is going to keep getting bigger. Now you don't have to read these books in the order that I'm going to present them. In fact, you don't even need to read everything, because I believe in taking action more than just consuming knowledge. Yeah, I don't believe in you just consume knowledge. No, you have to go out. And one thing I like about these books is that they're very practical. In fact, by chapter 2, you're already feeling like you have to go and start doing something. Yeah, so it's not just theories and bunch of fluffy stuff. But I've tried to put them in the order to which you get them, you can read them, but you can get any one of them at any point in time. They're not even from the same authors, so they are independent of each other, and they're all focused on one thing. And another thing I would like to mention about the books I'm going to be showing today, before I start presenting them, don't worry, we'll soon start presenting the books. Yeah, I know you're eager to get into this pile. One thing about these books is that these are not just fancy titles I saw and I feel, oh yeah, this is going to make sense. No. Each of these books, I started by following the author. I didn't even know they had a book. I started by following the author. Then that's on YouTube. Yeah, all of them. I saw them on YouTube. And I consumed an unholy amount of their content. Like, I was just consuming their content, but I was binge watching their channel. Later on, I found out they had books on those topics that they are discussing, and I just went to buy the books. In fact, I think for one of them, Russell Brunson, which we're going to be talking about, I bought the book the next day. I found him day one, I bought the books the next day. Because I just knew I needed to learn from that guy. I needed to know all his teaching about sales funnels, getting sales and getting traffic and all that. So these are not just nice sounding titles. I have experienced the authors. I have seen the value that they are giving. I have implemented methods, some of their methods. I have seen growth, and I feel like I just have to share. It's not being sponsored. I'm not sponsoring. They are not being sponsored. So these are books that have impacted me, and I want to share. So let us get into business books that I feel every tech person needs to read in order to share, market, and sell their value. So the very first book we're going to be looking at, which could not have been named better, is How to Get Paid for What You Know by Graham Cochran. How to Get Paid for What You Know by Graham Cochran. Now, I'm going to start by telling you how I found this guy, because I was looking into a product I wanted to build, and it involved doing a subscription, monthly subscription. So I was looking into membership sites, subscription models, and stuff like that. And I found Graham Cochran, and he seems to be very heavy on it. I think everything started from a Kajabi tutorial, because Kajabi was one of the platforms I was looking at to set up my membership sites and all that. And I watched some few lessons from Graham Cochran on Kajabi. It made a lot of sense. And I started seeing some of his other videos being suggested to me about building a business, getting traffic, turning your knowledge into a business and stuff like that. And this guy, I watched, in fact, there was a time, this guy's content was just on autoplay. Like, from one of his videos, I'm going to another one. Anytime I'm walking, I just play it in the background, because his videos are not so visually distracting like that. He's just sitting in front of a mic and he's talking, so I could just listen to that in the background. And later on, I got to find out that he wrote a book that captured all those lessons he was talking about. How to get paid for what you... I just bought this book. I bought this book like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. And why I started with this book is like, it's a summary of almost everything that we're going to be seeing here. It's a summary of almost everything that we're going to be seeing here. So if you just want to get one book, that will quickly go over everything I'm going to be trying to talk about, what these books do for you, it is definitely this book. It's definitely this book. How to get paid for what you know. So what does it do? This book teaches you everything from attracting customers to building products and services to selling them. That's from looking at your skill set. Sometimes we're so familiar with our skill set, we don't even know that we can turn it into a product. But yeah, as long as you know something, somebody is out there that wants to learn about it, or someone is out there that wants to utilize a service that you can render through that skill. And this book teaches you how to recognize that, how to understand the concept of value, how to find a profitable idea, how to grow an audience of potential customers, how to craft, launch, and sell your products and services. And again, the beautiful part, how to automate everything, how to automate the whole thing. Have emails going out, have your sales funnels automated, and all sort of stuff. So this book is just going to run you through from looking at the skills you know, the skills you have, identifying the ones that can become your next big product or your next big service, how to package it as a product and a service, how to attract the right customers, how to turn that skill of value that you want to give into a product or a service, and how to sell it, how to market it, and how to sell it. So this book goes through everything. How to get paid for what you know, turning your knowledge, passion, and experience into an online income stream in your spare time. Yeah, in your spare time, by Graham Cochran. He's not a very popular author. He just wrote this book because of all that he has learned. So it's not like Carl Newport that when you type his name in Amazon, you just see a bunch of books, Slow Productivity and the rest. But this guy, it's amazing. And he also found this out when he lost jobs, and he just bought a new house, so he had a mortgage to pay and all that, and he was in a city where nobody knew him. So he was looking, how do I get highs on my business? He was a musician. He could produce music, he could make music, and he was wondering, how do I get people to know about my business? And he started a blog, just started blogging. And before you know it, this guy realized that the blog was not even, people were not really interested in coming to him for services and stuff, which was the intention of the blog. People were more interested in his knowledge about music. They were more interested in knowledge about music. And before you know it, he packaged all that knowledge. There was a software that he used to produce music that time. He packaged it and he zipped it into he made videos on it, zipped it into a file, and just put it online. And before you know it, one day he was on a flight, he came out, went to a coffee shop trying to look for where to set up internet, and he saw that someone had paid $45 through PayPal. And I was like, really? This works? And today, this guy, get it, he started this around 2007, 2008. Yeah, so it's not like an overnight success thing or yesterday. But today, he said he has made $15 million online. He has made up to $15 million online. Yeah. So from just identifying the same knowledge he had, transforming it into a product, selling it, and today he has been able to, according to him, set up his family for life financial freedom. So if you have skills, if you have services that you can render, but you're looking for how to package it into a product, how to market it, and how to sell it, get How to Get Paid for What You Know by Graham Cochran. So the next book we're going to be looking at is DotCom Secrets. DotCom Secrets. Now this book was a revelation. This book was a revelation. And trust me, a lot of people that are making money online today that a lot of people that are making money through especially selling online courses, online services, online products, a lot of them have read this book. DotCom Secrets by Russell Brunson. Russell Brunson is the marketer to marketers. He is the let me just okay, how did I meet Russell? I spent 2 years in the marketing department of the IT firm I was, even though I was their technical guy. So I wrote the technical articles and stuff like that. It was a company in DC. We were into domain security. But I was in the marketing department. I wasn't in engineering or products, as I would have loved to be, even though later I got to work in product. And they kept talking about this thing called funnels. Oh, funnel. Oh, this funnel, that funnel. And I was like, what the heck are funnels? Funnels. They were always like, nurture leads, warm leads, hot leads, cold leads. All the stuff were going into Salesforce and stuff like that. And I was responsible for sales enablement. In fact, when they told me, Fikayo, from now you're going to be responsible for sales enablement. That time we just had a new VP of marketing, and he said, Fikayo is not going to be responsible for sales enablement. I had to go and Google what sales enablement was all about. And to really understand that, I had to learn what leads were, what it meant to have a funnel. So after I left the firm and I was trying to start, do my own business and sell stuff online, I kept hearing people mention this thing called a funnel, a sales funnel. And I was wondering, how do I get I need a sure material, a no BS material that will just teach me what this funnel thing is all about, because it was just sounding very complicated, very boring, very corporate-y and all that. Then I watched this video of this lady, I've forgotten her name, wonderful lady. She was talking about how she left YouTube for like a year and stuff like that. We led her to talk about how she started in the first place and how she started the business, and she had made, at that point she had made up to like $8 million or so and all that. So she was now like, when I started, I watched all the main guys, and she was flashing the videos that she was watching behind her, and she flashed a video of Russell Brunson. She didn't mention his name. Flashed a video of Russell Brunson and other videos. It was very quick, other videos. And I don't know, my eye caught the Russell Brunson video because it looked a bit older than the other videos. And I was really tired of all these YouTube videos these days that are all trying to be fancy, flashy and everything. And at the end of the day, you actually get 10% of what you actually went to learn in the video. And I'm like, this old guy, he's not old by the way, but this guy that made this old video, it looks like something that was made around like 2009, 2010. I would like to watch this guy because I know that this guy will just go straight to the point and just tell me what this thing was all about. So I paused the lady's video and I googled that, I searched that title on YouTube and I found Russell Brunson, and from there I watched 7 straight videos on funnels, straight on funnels, and from then I understood what funnels were. And Russell Brunson was so good that he explained funnels, and simultaneously he was marketing to me and funneling me, and before I knew it, I was ordering 3 books from Amazon. three books out of all these books were written by Russell Brunson. And the very first one is called DotCom Secrets. These books are all called something secrets. It's also secrets. They are called the Secrets Trilogy because there are 3 books. There are 3 books that it's almost like a rite of passage for people that want to sell online. You want to sell online and you want to master the art of selling online, these books are like the rite of passage. And what DotCom Secrets teach you majorly is how to take the customer through the journey of discovering you to buying from you. From discovering you to buying from you. All the way using something called a funnel. Using something called a sales funnel. So it goes into a deep dive on how to craft your value, how to locate your customers where they hang out. Because if your customers are not on Twitter, don't be posting on Twitter. If your customers are on Reddit, don't go and be wasting time on Instagram. You have to first locate where your customers are. Then you have to hook them with value. You have to hook them with value. Everything starts and ends with value. You use value to attract, you use value to make sales. So it teaches you that, and also how to tell your story. How to tell your story in a way that the customer can understand that you are going to give them a solution that's going to produce their desired outcome. That all that through the whole customer journey. That's what a funnel. That's what is defined through your funnel. And at the end of the day, how to make sure that they buy, and how to even make sure that the right people are buying. How to make sure you might be like, oh nah, I don't care as long as everybody buys. You have to make sure that the right people buy, because if the wrong people buy, they will not get what they want, and you know what that will lead to? Negative reviews. If you attract the wrong customer, you think you've gotten their money. Nah, that money is going to lead to a 1-star and going to drop the review on your product. So you have to make sure that you are attracting the right customers that actually want the outcome that you are selling. This book, DotCom Secrets, I can't recommend it enough. And I was surprised to see other YouTubers that I follow, people like Ali Abdal, people like even Graham Cochran himself, and all these other guys, Alexa Mosey and stuff. They have all gone through Russell Brunson. They recommend his books and all that, because this guy devoted his life to mastering the art of selling online. And as I said, 3 out of these 5 books are by Russell Brunson. So if you want to master the art of selling online and how to take the customer from the journey of discovering you to buying from you, get DotCom Secrets. It has to be on your bookshelf. So we have looked at how to get paid for what you know, and we have looked at DotCom Secrets. The next book is another book by Russell Brunson, and this is called Traffic Secrets. Traffic Secrets is the second. I think it's the second book. Yeah, it's the second book in the Secrets trilogy. I'm putting it in second place in my Russell Brunson list. Traffic Secrets. Now, before people buy from you, they have to know that you exist first. Yeah, they have to know that you exist first. A lot of people feel that it's just about creating more products. And I remember even back then when we used to try and build startups, and even when I work for companies, I was trying to build a startup. Whenever the startup is not getting the attention that it requires, the CEO will just come and be like, I think it's because we don't have this feature. Oh, let's add this. Oh, let's add that. Let's build a mobile app. Bro, do they know that you exist? No. The things you have, the services you render, the products you have, somebody out there is going to pay for it. So many people, not just one person, so many people out there are going to pay for it. Only if they know that you exist. You have to drive traffic to yourself. That's where the whole concept of leads come from. You have to get traffic. You have to get traffic, which will now be converted into leads in your funnel. So you have to get traffic. They have to know that you exist, and you have to find a way to make sure that they find you. You have to make sure that they find you. There was a time I was writing heavily for Circle CI. If you have been a follower of this channel, I've mentioned it a bunch of times. Yeah. I'm sure I have like close to 100 articles on the Circle CI blog, and they were paying me good amount of money for each per article. And I kept wondering why. Yeah, I get, they are trying to have a whole knowledge base and help the people that use their application to understand how to use the application. But why they're investing so much money? Because I wasn't the only writer. There were numerous writers too, and they just kept paying us. In fact, the easiest thing they were doing was paying us. Now I understood. Later I got to understand that they were actually doing a core part of their business called content marketing. Yeah, content marketing. Because every article we write, we get to use Circle CI. Yeah, no matter the problem we're solving, it had to go through the Circle CI product. So what they are doing is that they are creating so many content out there that when people search these terms, when people search for these solutions, they find the articles that we're writing. And when they find those articles, they get to read the articles, solve their problem, and they see how Circle CI actually adds value to solving that problem. And they check out Circle CI. That's how they get eyes on themselves. That's how it is core to their business that they get eyes on themselves. And we are to be churning out those pieces of content to make sure that we are covering any use case possible. so that when they search anything that is related to what Circle CI can solve, Circle CI is going to be discovered. I remember one of my biggest articles on Circle CI then was when GitHub Actions came out, and I compared Circle CI to GitHub Actions. It was massive. And from there, even Circle CI was feeding off the GitHub Actions traffic, because GitHub Actions was becoming very popular. And yeah, Circle CI enjoyed part of that traffic also. So you have to be able to get traffic to yourself. Now you have to understand, this book will teach you first how to understand the right platform to go to, the type of thing you're selling, the type of thing you're doing, which platform is best for you. For example, if you're a developer and you're showing your skills as a developer, I don't think Instagram is the best for you. I'm not saying that some developers might have not made some success on Instagram. Maybe they fashion their content in a way that the Instagram crowd was just attracted. But I don't think Instagram is the best place for you to show that, oh yeah, I can write PHP. Oh yeah, I can write Golang. I think you should stay on Reddit and Twitter for that. So recognizing the right platform, and also tactics, because it said something when I was reading this book. It said it doesn't want to give methods that are tied to what the application currently looks like, because those things change and the algorithms change. The Google search algorithm changes, the YouTube algorithm changes, the TikTok algorithm changes. This will change algorithms like every year. But he was giving principles that are evergreen, principles that are everlasting, that would always scale no matter where the platform decides to go. And how you can pick a platform, how you can know how the platform works. You even add chapters specifically on Google search, on YouTube, on Instagram, and how to make sure that you use that platform to direct traffic to you. Yeah, to use that platform to direct traffic to the service that you're offering. So if you want traffic, if you want to generate traffic to yourself, Traffic Secrets is the deep dive. There's a part of Traffic Secrets inside DotCom Secrets, because DotCom Secrets kind of like covers everything. But if you want to master traffic, you need to check out Traffic Secrets by the OG Russell Brunson. Now, before we go on, do you know I have another YouTube channel? Yeah, I have another YouTube channel, and what I do there is I'm building a library of fundamental lessons. Yeah, of fundamental lessons. But let me not say everything. This video is going to tell you everything you need to know. Hello guys, this is FK, and honestly I am tired of all the debates and arguments I'm seeing on Twitter and Reddit about which programming language is better or which framework is better. While many developers are still lacking in the understanding of how programming languages work, how databases work, how web servers work, and how even software systems work. Lack of understanding of these main fundamentals has been the reasons for things like imposter syndrome, not knowing whether you're programming the right way, or even struggling to try to be a senior developer. So I have taken it upon myself to teach these core fundamental topics. These topics never change, and they form the bedrock of any proficient developer, DevOps, cloud, or blockchain engineer. So, if you want to get free materials and videos sent to you every week, use the link below to join our fundamentals community. I can't wait to share exciting software fundamental lectures with you as we all strive to become better software engineers. So, that is FK Teaches Fundamentals. That is my new channel. If you want to check it out, you can search FK Teaches Fundamentals. I'm also going to put a link in the description. And also, if you want to make sure that you are part of the community, learning all these fundamental topics to become a better software engineer or better DevOps, blockchain engineer, any type of engineer you're trying to be, you want to be better at it because you want to get solid on the fundamental principles of software and the software development process. You also want to join the community. So that every week you get emails on new topics, you get PDFs, materials showing you, doing breakdowns of all these fundamental concepts, and before you know it, you are becoming a better software engineer. So yeah, I encourage you to do just that. And remember to subscribe to that channel too. Yeah, remember that. So the next book we're going to be looking at is by Alex Hormozi. The buff guy. Yeah, the buff gym guy. Now when I found this guy, so he has this signature look. He wears like this face cap. He has this plaster he puts on his nose that even became controversial at the point because a brand used that image and he was suing them. That's this plaster he puts on his nose, and he's a very buff guy, very buff. Most of the time wears singlet and he's talking, and so he wasn't like the typical guy I was going to learn from. Like he looked very grifty, or all these grifters. So I don't know. One day, one of his titles, because YouTube had always suggested his videos, one of his titles caught my eye, and I went to check it out. And this guy delivered a 30 minutes masterclass on why people should buy your product, why your product or your service should be the one that people will buy. It was amazing. Like I was like, wow, yeah, I think I committed the crime of judging a book by its cover this time once again because this guy is loaded. Like he talks very, very like intense. It's like very intense when he talks. But this guy, every line is a banger. Every line this guy is dishing out, he's telling you fact. And he just, once you get over the intense part, once you can deal with it, this guy is sharing gospel. And this is his most popular book. This book is so popular when it comes to getting leads. $100 million leads by Alex Omozi. How to get strangers to want to buy your stuff. Yeah, that's how he talks. Want to buy your stuff. How to get strangers to want to buy your stuff. Now, this is what you have to understand, and that's something that we don't get a lot. You see, a lot of us, even when we recognize that we have to generate traffic, we have to get attention to ourselves and all that, we feel that you just post once in 3 days. Like why is nobody saying that? Why is nobody, why am I not getting DMs yet to provide them service? Then you post another one next week, then you forget it for 2 weeks, then try and post again. And when they ask you, do you post your business online? Yeah, I post online, I post on Twitter, but I don't get anything. Bro, you are not doing enough. Bro, sis, you are not doing enough. You are not doing enough. Selling is a numbers game. Selling is a numbers game. The more you put yourself out there, the more you increase your chances of being discovered. Let me take that again. The more you put yourself out there, the more you increase your chances of getting discovered. The platforms are free. And anybody that feels that, you are posting too much, that person is not your customer. Anybody that feels that you're posting too much, it was not going to buy from you eventually. It was not going to buy from you anyway. They are not your customer, and it's even good you delete people that are not your customers. But you have to put yourself out there through all available mediums to you as much as you can afford. There are a lot of free platforms. That one is up to you. Consistently post. There are some paid avenues too. If you can afford it, use those avenues too. Get impressions, get conversion. Make sure that you are having eyeballs on your business. There was an analysis I saw by Mark Lau, the guy that does a lot of SaaS startups and everything. Can bootstrap a startup in a weekend or a week. He said, for you to have, you need 100,000 people for you to have, 3% signups. Yeah, you need 100,000 people to visit your site. 100,000 for 3,000 to sign up. That's 3%. Do you know what it takes to get 100,000 people on your site? Now imagine that you can only get 20 people on your site. What's 3% of 20? It's not even. I don't even think 3%. 3% of 20 is I think 0.6. That's not. We're not even there yet. we're not even at a fixed number yet. Like that's not a person. 0.6 of a person is not even a person yet. If your conversion rate is 3%, your conversion rate is 3%. So you have to continue to put out free content, paid content, all the avenues you can, as much as you can. Like I said, if you can't afford paid content, you make sure that those free platforms, you are posting a lot. They are seeing you. They are seeing you consistently. They are seeing you everywhere. So because the higher you do that, the more of that you do, the more you can benefit from your conversion rate. If the conversion rate is 5% and you have 100, then that means you convert 5 people. If it is if you turn that 100 people to 200 people, that's 10 people. If you turn that 100 people to 1,000 people, that's 50 people. That's 50 people. So you have to make sure that people continue to see you. And sometimes some people need to see you 20 times before they make one purchase. I told you, this is a book I bought from Graham Cochran, the first book I showed. I had watched not less than 30 of his videos before I bought this book. Now imagine he made 2 videos. You think I would have bought this book? You think I would have bought this book? I had to watch, as awesome as Russell Brunson was, I had to watch 7 of his videos first, and probably 10 now by the time I made the purchase. You have to be out there. You have to be out there. The people that saw you today, don't say, oh, I posted this thing yesterday. They have seen me already. Why will I post it today? They did not see you. Some people saw you yesterday. The algorithm did not show some other people, and those people have the chance to see you today. So this guy tells you how to go all in to make sure that as much eyeballs are seeing you. How to attract people that actually need your service. Like I said, you better not attract the wrong crowd. Sometimes some people have, you see on YouTube, someone has 500,000 subscribers and is getting 1,000 views on videos. 1,000 views. 500,000 subscribers. Even if you have 50,000 subscribers, you're not supposed to be getting 1,000 views per video. You're supposed to be getting like close to 5,000 views. I always look at 10%. 10% of your subscribers should be like your average view. You have people like MKBAD that they are at 19.6, 20. They average like 2.5 million on each video. So make sure you are getting the right people. You get eyeballs on your business through free content, through referrals. Always try to make sure that you are putting yourself out to get referrals also, or anywhere you can get referrals. You go to meetups, you go to conferences and stuff like that. Try and get referrals. Cold outreach and all that. Any type of avenue that you can utilize that works for your business, make sure you're using it. Also, how to use paid adverts. Yeah, you can, if you have some cash, online adverts are cheap. They are cheap. Their conversion can just be quite low. So you need a lot of it. But sometimes when you spend, like, let's say, I think there was a time I spent was it $25 on YouTube or $50 on YouTube, and I got like I think up to 70,000 impressions. Yeah, 7,000 impressions. That's 7,000 eyeballs. I think it led to like I can't remember, I think 3,000 views or stuff on the video itself. But over like 7,000 people got to see the thumbnail, and out of those 70,000, 2,000 plus viewed the video. So if you have online adverts, they are cheap to quickly get yourself out there. If you want to pay for radio adverts, or you want to pay for TV adverts, or you want to put billboard, those will bill you blood money. So make sure that if you can afford it to, you use that too. Also, ramp up your efforts towards your lead magnets. All those free contents and stuff you're putting out, they are all lead magnets. They are things that are going to magnet the right customers to you. Make sure you are putting a lot of effort. If it's to be writing articles, if writing articles is a strategy you can do, write a bunch of articles. If you have a course to sell, make sure you are writing a lot of articles in that area. And at the end of the article, you tell them, oh, well, if you want to learn more, I actually have this. I do it for my courses too. Post on dev.to, post on Medium, post on stuff, and those things, by the time I check my analytics, I see that I get inbound traffic from there to my courses. So make sure that these efforts you are putting them, you are doing them a lot, increasing the frequency. You write one article a month and you're selling a product, my brother, my sister. You're not ready. So that's what this book teaches you. How to ramp up your efforts towards your lead magnets to increasing your chances of getting more business. I don't know why I'm reading this. I wrote it myself. Why am I reading it? So yeah, that's the third book, $100 Million Leads by Alex Hormozi. How to get strangers to want to buy your stuff. So the final book we're going to be looking at in this video. Now, this channel is mainly centered around tech people, but these books I've mentioned, anybody can read them. In fact, I get to post some of these books on my WhatsApp status, and I start having this long line of people that want to borrow them. Because the principles in these books don't apply to only tech jobs, but this is a tech channel, so yeah, we'll always put everything in that context. And like I said, I'm trying to make sure that we as tech people, we as developers, DevOps, cloud, and wherever you are, UI, UX, even graphic design, whatever you're doing, make sure that you can run a business successfully. Yeah, you can also trade your value, not just through a job. You can trade your value not just through a job. You can trade your value as an independent entrepreneur. Even you don't even need to call yourself an entrepreneur. You're just someone that gives value and you make money from it. So the last book we're going to be looking at is the third book in the Secrets trilogy by Russell Brunson. And this book is I love the focus that Russell is that inspired Russell to do this book, because one of the most important things that will make people buy from you is trust. One of the most important things that will make people buy from you or continue to use your service is trust. If you get people to trust you, you have little to do to fend off competition. You have little to do. They already trust you. And this book focuses on how you can be an authority in the field where you are distributing value. How you can be an authority. How you can stand as an authority. It helps you to position yourself as an expert in your field. It helps you to position yourself as an expert in your field and build trust with the people that you want to serve. Yeah. So that's why I said this all this about get out and sell it, how to get out, to attract people, how to do all that. But this is a higher level of maturity when it comes to being someone that supplies value. You have to be able to show that people can trust you and that the solution that you give them will lead to their desired outcome. So in this book, you learn things like how to become an expert in the field, how to become an expert in the field that you want to specialize, how to develop a framework that propels your solution, because you have to have a message that you're sending out. You have to have a message. Like as a UI and UX developer, your message can be simplicity. Message can be simplicity. So when they see your work, they just see that simplicity. They see the simplicity that is calm and easy to absorb, making it easier for users to use any type of interface that you design or to understand any type of logo or branding that you do, because your message is simplicity. So you have to have your framework. Like for Russell Brunson, his framework is funnels, sales funnels. I'm going to teach you how to build sales funnels. I'm going to teach you how to take your customer through the journey of discovering you to buying from you. That is his framework, and he keeps following that, and he's a master in that. This guy has a conference whereby he has a special conference where he only takes, I think, 100 people every year. And that conference, to get into that conference is $50,000. I've heard of people like Alex Amosi, people like Myron Golden and stuff like that talk about going for that conference. And he has other conference, he has other Funnel Hacking Live and all other bigger conference that takes more people and has a very lesser gate fees, like maybe $1,000 or $500 or stuff like that. Well, this guy has positioned himself as an expert. That's why people are willing to pay him that money. They don't mind paying him that money. Experts are paying him that money to attend those conferences because he has positioned himself to be an expert of experts. So if you want to embody your skill, embody the solution that you're providing, you have to position yourself as an expert in your field, because that way people would trust you. When they see you, they know that you are a symbol of excellence in that field. And also how to create new opportunities around the same skills you have, how to serve different people at different levels of their journey in the solution that you're trying to provide, how to create belief within your audience for the message and solutions that you're bringing to them. How to create belief within your audience. For example, there's a guy called Matthew Ensina on YouTube. When it comes to designing workspaces, this guy is a savant. Like this guy, I watch his work and I just see art. Matthew Ensina. Even when you're not interested in what he's doing, you can see the beauty in how he does it, the professionalism in how he does it. This guy wants to arrange his office. He will first go into this 3D software and model the whole thing, even animate some parts of it. It's just like that guy that I've forgotten his name, this Italian guy that does all those chocolate sculptures on TikTok, or you might have found him on YouTube Shorts. You don't need to be interested in chocolates or whatever it is to know that this guy is a genius. This guy is a master. So create belief within your audience for the message and solutions that you're bringing to them, and how to become the person that your dream customer will look up to for solutions. This is the book, Expert Secrets. That's why I made it the last book, because most people are just going to be concerned about, let me just get customers and let me just sell. Let me just get customers and let me just sell. It gets to a point, it gets deeper than that. You actually have to embody that solution so that they can know that this guy is all value. creates all value. So, Expert Secrets, the underground playbook for converting your online visitors to lifelong customers. Because when they trust you, they will stick with, like, I remember when I bought an Ali Abdal book. I've been a fan of Ali Abdal and I've gotten so much from him. I didn't even care what the book was all about. As he said he had a book, I said, yeah, just give me one. Yeah, get me one. It took me like a month before I even opened the book. Because I'm already a fan. I'm already a lifelong fan. I know that everything that he writes there, I'm going to find one or two things to benefit from. So, want to get to that level? Want to get to that level where you are the one that will be telling people, no, I'm only taking 50 people. No, I'm only taking 10 people. No, I'm only taking 100 people. Become an expert. Yeah, so those are the 5 books that I'm going to be reviewing today. The business books that I believe that every person in tech should read. Yeah. Like I said, you don't have to get all of them. You can, like I said, you can always start with the how to get paid for what you know by Graham Cochran, if you just want a quick overview of everything. But if you want to master the different, like for example, mostly focuses on leads. Russell has a book on traffic and he has a book on funnels. So if you want to go on deep dives, get those books too. So like I said, people will always ask me, and some of you will already be asking too, how do I get this book? So one thing I'm doing is that I'm starting to collate all my books. Technical and business books, and even others like probably things like Atomic Habits and stuff, things that just help your moral fiber and build your character. Also books like that. I'm trying to combine everything into a list, an easy to browse list. I might just even start with just a Notion page and just put it on the domain and just host it and share it with you guys, so that you can easily browse the books. You can link to where you can get them, and you can easily link to where you can get them. You can go to different categories and just look at what my library looks like. So watch out for that. I'm going to be telling you when I launch it. Which is going to be soon. And for now, I'll have links to these ones in my description, so you can get to them. When I launch the site that I want to launch, directory for all the books that I have in my library, and even some I'm looking to buy, I'm going to replace that link, the individual links I put in the description now. I'm going to place it with the actual site link that leads to all the books and links to all the different categories. But don't worry, you will hear about the site when I launch it. You will hear about it. I will definitely make a video about that, and I'm going to show you the site, how to browse it, and how to get the best out of it. Like I said, I want to bring reading culture back. It's not like I don't like videos. I make video courses, so I love videos a lot. But I believe that when you want deep understanding, you have to read. When you want practical, use videos. Videos are very good for practical. Books are bad when it comes to practicals. Like I don't like books that show me code and stuff like that. No. I don't like I still have to. I just read them for understanding. I can't even really practice them like that. So I use videos for that. When it comes to practicals, I use videos. I believe that videos are best for that. When it comes to understanding, deep understanding, you can understand from videos, but when you need deeper understanding, you have to read because sometimes you have to go over a line 5 times. So I'm trying to bring reading culture back for those who have lost it. So don't worry, I'll make a video about that when it comes up. Thanks for being with me in this video. Thanks for getting to this point. You have gotten to this point, and you are a real fan. Yeah, and I want to thank you. It's because of you I'm here. And until next time, I remain your bro in tech, FK.